All right, everybody, day 2 of our weekly challenge with the robot. We are playing a non-best hand imps challenge against the robot. And some of you asked, one of you asked, how do we determine it? There's a choice. When you go to challenge a robot, you can choose best hand, and that's the default. And that's because that's what most people prefer. It gives you a lot of card play practices to declare usually, because you're going to have the best hand. These are a little more realistic, but you have to choose them. You have to kind of unselect the best hand, and you'll get something like this. So as we see so far, we have the opponents playing the first 2 hands, and I don't think there was anything too crazy that happened at the other tables or on those 2 boards, so we should be reasonably okay at this point. The question is, what the heck do we do with this hand? And this is a weird one. This has lots of reasons to downgrade and lots of reasons to upgrade. It is only 11 points, and it is a particularly ugly one because it is flat, right? It is 4, 3, 3, 3. The upgrade is, look at the intermediate cards, 10, Jack 10, Jack 10. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff happening with this hand, but in general, you want a better reason to open with your 11s than this, like having 3 10s. You're flat and you only have 11. Let's treat this as not an opening hand, and then we'll invite if our partner chooses to open, right? But other than that, we're just going to let it go and see what happens. And maybe let's see. Ooh, okay, so they open a diamond, and now the question is, what do we do? I mean, this one's interesting. We could double here, and this would kind of show our hand. We would love to have 4 spades, but really, this might be our only opportunity to actually say something meaningful. And I'm going to bring it in there. And the only reason I'm doing this, folks, is because I've already passed, right? I am at an absolute maximum for a passed hand. I do not have the ideal shape, but I think I have enough values to at least want to suggest something. And here, I'm done now, right? I've doubled. My partner chose clubs, the worst of the choices, or one of the worst choices. And now it went hearts on my right. Well, I'm happy about that. Let's just see if they'll play that, or they'll go back to, wow, they're going to play 4 hearts. Absolutely. Now, I'm a little upset now that I bid, right? Because what have I done? I have given them information that they might not have had I passed, right? So I've shown them some values which might be bad for us in the play of the hand. But here's a good question for you. What's your opening lead in this case, folks? What are you going to do? Make your choice. And this is a good time to remind you that the complete guide to defense is loading up on the site as I speak, and actually the opening lead section has just posted. And so this is a good time to have a discussion. And here's what we're usually doing on opening lead. We're ruling out bad choices, right? And what are our rules when we're defending against suits? Well, one of the rules is we don't lead away from aces, right? So we are certainly not going to be choosing diamonds or clubs on this hand, right? We're not going to be choosing either of those 2 suits because we're committing one of 2 sins if we choose them. We never lead away from an ace versus a suit contract, and that would be leading low from one of these holdings. And we should almost never be leading an unsupported ace versus a suit contract. It's an easy way to just give them tricks. The other 2 choices now are going to be hearts and spades, right? What do we lead from either of those suits? Well, hearts is trump, and I certainly look like I might have a natural trump trick or more here. I don't want to blow that opportunity by leading them. So I'm backed into a nice top of touching honors lead. The jack of spades is my choice, and it's kind of made for me. This is what opening leading is all about, folks. It is a terrible position to be in. It is the only time you will have to make a choice without being blessed with a 13 card hand to look at and make more informed decisions from. So here it is the toughest spot in bridge, and you want to make the most normal lead as possible and avoid giving up tricks. That's the biggest thing. We're usually not trying to be brilliant. We're trying to survive, right? And if you want more of this, guys, there's a huge lesson already for opening leads, and the rest of the defense is coming. So hop on that today and jump in and get your chops sharpened for opening leads. It is a ridiculously hard thing to get good at, but it's also a 3, 2, 1. So grab that complete guide if you want a more in-depth look at opening leads. We will look right now at this jack of spades lead and see what we buy. All right, looks like the dummy just had 3 small. And let's take a second before we do anything else. That was very fast there. Let me kind of go back and tell you or show you what happened. We led the jack and it went low, low, ace. Partner doesn't really signal here, so whatever. So right-hand opponent showed a big, big hand here. So they opened it up. So something around a game for us here, 20 points, and this is 5. Right, so let's give them 19 here. And we know dummy had 5. That's 24. And we had 11 to start. That's 35 total points, right? So partner has about a 5 count. That's actually more than we can expect. If East has a little more or less, partner has, the same in the other direction here. So here we now see it goes 8 of hearts. I'm going to cover just because I've seen the robot take deep finesses, even though partner has the 9. We have the 6 here. It's kind of the same difference. We're getting the same number of tricks. Interesting. So how did the auction go? They opened a diamond. All right, so we're just going to play low here. Bingo. We love that. That's 2 diamond tricks waiting for us. And we're just going to be nice and passive here. Okay, so, this is interesting. They're playing the king of clubs. That's too bad. Our partner has some number of clubs over there. How many? 6 or 5? We forced them to bid, so they don't even have to have that many. This is just a tough spot. They're setting up what looks like could be a pitch, and it may in fact be a pitch of diamonds, right? So I'm actually going to... If declare has 1 club, I might be giving them a trick here, but if they have 2, which seems more likely, I guess. I don't know. That's a lot of shit. They open a diamond and jump to 3 hearts. What do they have so far? All right, They did not have the king of diamonds. They have the queen of diamonds. That's only 2 points in that suit. The king of clubs, that's only 5 there total. They had the ace king of spades, and they also had the ace king of hearts, right? Tell me had the queen. Interesting. They didn't rebid 2 no. Right, and when a diamond double 2 clubs, yeah, so the stiff king seems more likely right now. Problem is, what happens if we play the ace? Can they get to dummy? I guess they can't get to dummy unless they do have a club, which is disastrous. So, but then they have to take a good club finesse here. Hang on, let me think about this, folks. I'm leaving this in only because some of you like to see this, some of you hate it. I apologize, but I'm thinking, folks, this happens. So let me just take a moment here and recognize that. So if they are 5 diamonds, 4 hearts, 3 spades, so they just won't have an entry to dummy. They can still end play me in hearts, actually. If I play a spade, it could go heart, heart to my jack, and now I just have to exit a diamond. We'll hope they get that wrong. Or we'll just hope partner has a spade trick here. They don't. Okay, so they had ace, king, queen of spades, ace, king of hearts. Did they have a club? Let's hope not. East is thinking. That's a good sign. Here, I think here comes the end play, folks. King of hearts, heart to the jack. They're going to try to rough a spade here. I see. And they don't have to rough this, but... Oh, wait a second. I guess are we going to get end played anyway? Let's see. So here's what we're trying to think of. Here's what we know is here, right? There's queen X of diamonds at least, right? Probably queen XX, right? They're leading this spade here, which is the 13th spade. So if they rough this and they play the queen of clubs, they can only pitch 1 diamond, right? But the problem is, what do we pitch? If we pitch a club, we're giving them 2 club pitches now. They'll play the queen and then the 10 of clubs. If we pitch a diamond, they can just lead a diamond, duck it to our ace, basically, and now we're bamboozled in that spot as well. I think we have to rough this. And they're pitching a diamond, yeah, and then there's the rest. I mean, we could have pitched, but our pitch is terrible for us, right? I guess we could pitch a diamond and hope they get it wrong, but then the 9 of diamonds just develops anyway. So here, we're just going to cash our ace of diamonds before we give up anything else. We'll force them to guess clubs. It doesn't matter. They don't even need to guess this. They can just rough it in their hand if they need it. And that is all she wrote, folks. They're going to have a good club or a good diamond, depending on where they take it. And there it is. And sorry it took so long, but that is what happens on defense. Defense is a tough spot, and you want to make sure you're getting everything right. And they were a 4x1, actually. They didn't have 5 diamonds. There's their hand. Let's see, as we went through, did we have any opportunities to do better? I'm super happy with the lead, by the way. And notice any other lead would give them a little bit of time / ways to get extra tricks, right? So here it goes spade to the ace. And at this point, they're never making it, right? We didn't even have to play this card, but this is I've seen the robot take super deep finesses, and this is a no harm play unless you're avoiding an unplay later, maybe with the 10, right? But here you're just kind of trying to be as safe as possible, and the rest of this is just going to play itself out, right? So this was the big play when they play this king of clubs. It's hard to know what's going on, but it seems likely that they would have bid no trump, right? So it's hard to think about everything that's going on, but especially on BBO when you have that auction there, don't be afraid to kind of click back and forth and make sure you're getting all that information in. All right, so wow, that was a long hand. One of the longer ones in this session, but I think we did okay by beating it. And we want to beat the contracts. That's very important, especially when they play game. Ooh, look at this. So this is one of the... I'm going to do it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really sorry. I would do this in a normal spot. I'm going to open a no trump with this hand, but here's why. I'm going to give you my thought process. I don't want you to think I'm being super weird here. I'm going to open a no trump here for many reasons, but one of the main ones is in this format of the game, I'm going to have less opportunities to make crucial decisions, okay? And in that case, when I have an opportunity to make a decision that I think is marginal, I'm going to take it more often than not because it's one of my rare chances to kind of create the amount of variance I'm going to need to be successful in these tournaments. Because you can see these sorts of tournaments, the non-best hand variety, are relatively close because the decisions are more distributed around the table. A best hand tournament, the decisions are distributed heavily towards the best hand at the table, obviously. So here, we're going to take advantage of just the situation we're playing in. And honestly, I don't dislike this one. No trump bid that much with the stiff king over here. Now comes the really dirty part of this. I'm going to bid a game because we're vulnerable, and I've obscured the auction and the information, and I think that gives us an advantage in the play. And we'll decide if we have that advantage or not here. All right, so first things first, I'm going to win this in dummy and take a club finesse immediately. I need 9 tricks. I'm in an amazing contract, right? My partner has a 9 count. I have a 14 count, and I'm in game in no trump. So if I can take 9 tricks, I'm very happy. I don't care if I take 10. I know I'm getting a really amazing result if I don't. It's more important for me to be in dummy right now than it is for me to take 4 spade tricks. And if I take 4 spade, I might still take 4 spade tricks, right? If I can get over there later, right? But still, I'm just in the business of really taking my club finesse right away before they have any information to get right. And maybe I get to score even a diamond in a situation like this sometimes. All right, so we're gonna give them that. We're gonna maybe create an entry here. We're gonna unblock a little bit and see what they do. All right, there's king of hearts. We don't hate that. Ace of hearts, okay. Don't play diamond. Yeah, there we go. We bought it. Okay, so here, very lucky to get this, and now we're going to do a little bit of fun stuff here. We unblocked clubs for a very specific reason, so we could get over there and be greedy and take all of our tricks. So watch what happens. We play the queen of spades, the king of spades. Now we play this little low club over to that 7. We cash that ace of spades, pitching the king of diamonds, and then we make sure not to misclick. And then we take the rest. So honestly, a little dirty here against the robot, but a huge swing. Obviously, plus 600 is going to be amazing for us. We're way ahead at this point. So we beat a vulnerable game today, and we played a vulnerable, really dirty 3-no trump against the robots, and that was 2 reasons. Not only did I open a weird 1-no, but I also just kind of bid 3-no, hoping I was taking 9 tricks. Vulnerable games, really juicy, and imps going down minus 100 here might have swung the other way, But here, as discussed, these opportunities aren't going to happen as often, and I'm learning, folks. I'm getting a little bit better at these challenges to try to be victorious. And I don't hate this as a no trump opener in the real world anyway. Sources of tricks are amazing in no trump, and when you have a stiff king, you're scoring that trick so much more often than not. Notice they can always beat it by taking one club, two hearts, and two diamonds, but they don't know that. In fact, leading a diamond, it seems likely that's giving me a trick because I'm supposed to have king small. They'll always assume I have it. A robot leak there. All right, let's take a preview of tomorrow. It's going to be pretty fun. Look at this one. Partner opens a club, and this is your hand. Get ready for it, folks. I'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget, all the complete guides are up. I have a schedule coming up later on this week for this brief end of summer stuff, and then a fall bridge camp I'm doing right after Labor Day. So stay tuned, folks, and I will talk to you about that shortly.